How are you, Gemini? How are you, Gemini and Sagittarius? The full moon in Pisces, and for Gemini in the mundane chart falls on the let's see, we have the eighth, nine. It's the 10th house. The 10th house, the house of the career, business, your professional life, your standing in the community, the report card that you get in the community for your profession, the type of your profession, the father experience, right? The full moon in Pisces reveals secrets, reveals hidden truths. It also may deal with pain and healing, maybe a little bit of sorrow. Maybe someone could be sick, your boss could be sick, or your father could be sick, or God forbid, you might be sick, or maybe a job that you have might need to phase out or change into a whole different evolution within the job, or maybe change careers. The moon is immutable and Pisces is immutable. So this moon in Pisces is going to cause fluctuations and changes as your solar 10th house, Gemini. Okay, so let us begin, Gemini, and look at what the full moon in Pisces affecting your solar 10th house is in store for you for the month of September. Okay, let's jump right in. We put 7 cards. If you guys want a tarot reading or a birth chart consultation, just call me. My name and phone number is in the description box. I also have Cash App and ZELLE. Donations are appreciated. I thank you. I love you. This is your channel. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, you have been going through some emotional changes. And I'm so proud of you for allowing yourself to go through these emotional changes. We've been going through some fluctuations and dealing in a different way with persistent people. Okay, Gemini. The first card came out in the reverse. For the first week, the first 2 cards reads, let's see what it says here. Okay, emotions are running high. I just said that. Emotions are running high, but it's in the reverse, so you are denying them or blocking them, or you're finding an unconventional way to deal with them that might not be working at your best good. Okay, we don't want to suppress emotions as a way to deal with them. Okay, Gemini? Okay, that's this first week. The second card is in the reverse, and here we're talking about the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So you are functioning in your South Node when you should be heading towards your North Node, Gemini. This might be out of fear, or it might be confusion. You might feel stagnant, so then you revert to what you know instead of venturing forward to the unknown to be on your journey. So be very careful. You could also be repeating past life patterns by you falling into your South Node. So make sure that you don't stay here long. Mercury has gone retrograde. That's your ruling planet. When Mercury goes retrograde, if you are functioning in your South Node, I would say go ahead. As an astrologer, I would say yes. If it was direct, no. But if it's retrograde, maybe you need to go back to certain patterns of your South Node that you are recognizing that you are repeating on your way to your North Node. And it didn't work then, it might not work now also. These are outmoded behaviors and outmoded approaches to problems or situations. You're here to evolve and find new methods of conflict resolution, communicating, and being more authentic, Gemini. Okay, so and if you need to go back to your South Node, now that we're on this retrograde and gives you a little bit of time, I suggest you do that. I'm a Virgo. I'm also ruled by Mercury, and this is definitely what I'm doing myself. Okay, the second week we have Again, let me put on my glasses, take a look at this. Your commitment is being tested. Okay, the moon at its first quarter, your commitment is being tested. Kind of similar to what I saw with Capricorn. Okay, and this could be a personal commitment, business commitment, a friend. It could be a relationship. We're gonna find out, see which of them is. Okay. Look at that, Gemini. Prosperity. Prosperity lies ahead, Gemini. Okay. So, emotions are running high, and then the reverse, you might be tense, you might be nervous. I think there was an issue looking back at your reading a couple of months back, even a few weeks back, there was an issue about money. Maybe someone stole money from you, and this had you under some kind of stress. If this was the case, be assured that it's going to be returned to you, and it'll be given to you 7 times should you not be able to get it back because it was spent. Because I'm getting a feeling it's stolen money. But the universe is going to replenish you with this 7 times, Gemini. Okay? This might not resonate with everybody. Okay? Remember, these are collective readings. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Understand that these are masculine and feminine energies, and any man or woman can embody both or interchangeably. On the second card, well, on the third week, first card of the third week, we got the moon in the reverse again. And here, a time for healing is in the reverse. So you are not healing a situation, which is probably why the emotions are running high. If you are reverting to your south node instead of heading towards your north node, it might be because of a needed healing. Again, you might need to go back to your north node. You might be doing the right thing to reevaluate and try to heal something here that requires healing. And it might be connected to stolen money. Maybe by a friend or someone you trust, and this might have hurt you deeply. But you are being fully compensated because prosperity does lie ahead, Gemini. Okay. And then on the second card for the third week, we have again the moon in the reverse. So here we have, well, this makes sense that you got Pisces in your solar 10th house of the career. This might have been some, maybe a bonus was not paid to you that you deserve, and something happened, some shady deal happened with the full moon in Pisces, deception, sorrow, and then my boss might have taken your money, not giving you a raise, or something like that happened, so which is a kind of stolen money if you look at it that way. But again, that's being restored. But with the moon in the reverse here, nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. So for you, things are set in stone, which means that if you feel a certain way about stolen money, you feel that you're not going to get it back or that it won't be restored. But yet here it is, it will be prosperity is coming your way. So this might be fear-based. Release the fear because you might be judging situation too quickly before the universe gets a chance to show you that everything is going to work out for you, Gemini. Okay, the last card talks about 2 or 3 days entering the fourth week of the next month as the planet before it ingresses into the next sign or house. Goes void, of course. Things can go good or bad or a little bit in between or hesitation. You know, at its worst, you could miss an opportunity, but that's very rare that will happen with the void, of course, moon. It's just a temporary emotional glitch, hesitation, or momentary insecurity that can grip you at the last minute. It happens to all of us. Here we have the moon. Okay, expect powerful change. The new moon eclipse. The new moon eclipse. So expect powerful change. Part of this powerful change is restitution of money that was taken from you. Look how it's the full moon, right? Which is acting like an eclipse. So you see the halo of the light, and here we have a solar eclipse. you know. And so again, something was eclipsed from you, now it's going to be given back to you. You see, Gemini, ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? It's gonna work out for you. It's gonna work out. Whatever it is, it's gonna work out for you. You know, and with the solar Pisces full moon in the 10th house, this could be also a new job, or maybe you'll be demoted and it'll be restored, something along those lines. Or it could be someone close to you that you trust, a co-worker or a colleague, if you work as a partnership in a company that took money from you, and that's going to be restored. Very good. Let's look at the subconscious, which is Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius is the subconscious aspect, where the subconscious energy that's driving the consciousness of the full moon in Pisces in its solar house of the 10th house for Gemini in the mundane chart. So, again, we see you functioning on your South Node. There's emotions are running high. You're holding it in. Upset about some stolen money here, but it's going to be restored for you. Prosperity is coming. Nothing is sticks and stones. You know, give yourself some flexibility, especially with Mercury being retrograde. All right, let's take a look here. Take a look here. Let's see. What is the subconscious telling us? Okay. I've got three here. Three, one. Okay. One too many. So let's look at Sagittarius polarity for Gemini. We have, look at that, the Sun card. This is the highest key in tarot. So it's gonna work out. And I think deep down inside, because this is the subconscious, you know that it's gonna work out. And maybe you had deep anxieties, holding emotions in. So it could be a good, exciting energy that you're retaining. But look, and you know what's so interesting? That it fell right in prosperity lies ahead. And look at that. And it is a solar, or was not a solar eclipse. Well, the sun, the eye of Ra, number 19. So this is very good, Gemini. Okay, good. So far, so good. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups talks about a romantic offer, you know, but it's in the reverse. So you might reject some suitor coming your way for whatever reason. Or maybe you're not ready, or maybe emotionally you're not ready to invest energy into another courtship, right? And that's okay. We're on a retrograde. Take time to breathe, do meditations, relax your mind. Okay, the next one is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups. Interesting. You got the Knight of Cups in the reverse, but you have the Page of Cups in the upright. Somebody may want to apologize to you. Somebody here might have hurt you and didn't mean to. The Page of Cups is the most innocent of all the pages. And there's the fish, which is interesting since the full moon in Pisces, you know, rules the fishes. Okay. There might have the big wave might have been it's calmer and more consistent, as the P waves are more consistent. You see, like the little camel waves. Whereas in the background, you might have had higher tempestuous fluctuations of water. So it might have been a storm, a misunderstanding, and then there's a middle here where it's calm, and then here we see a nice post. So it's something that might have happened a while ago, and someone is going to come back and ask for your apology. These things happen in a retrograde. This could be a friend, it's a page, it's a young person. It could be a female embodying masculine energy, or it could be an actual male. But someone that's going to come around during the retrograde for an apology, Gemini. Okay. So, and it could be a Sagittarius, it could be an opposite, or someone functioning in your North Node, right? And then, of course, we have the the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords in the reverse. I mean, it's really bad when it's in the upright. You can't eat, you can't sleep. You wake up in the middle of the night. There's tremendous stress, but it came out in the reverse. Okay, and this might be due to some looming change that's coming that you foresee, you feel a major change coming towards you, but you don't know what it is, and this might cause you some anxiety, you know. Um, with the Nine of Swords in the reverse, um, there's still some hesitation to trust yourself to believe that things are going to work out because the Nine of Swords can very easily go back to the upright, you know. So here is like a balancing depending on where the mood takes you. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords in the reverse. There was some betrayal that you went through. Some of you went through a betrayal. Okay, and there's still pain here due to this betrayal, which is why you haven't healed yet. This cycle hasn't closed yet. You have to find a way with this Mercury retrograde to heal from this, because if you don't, it's going to leave the cycle open and no other new relationship is going to come your way until this is emotionally resolved, Gemini. Right? Oh, very good. And then, of course, we have here the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is usually someone who's very wealthy, very affluent. It could be a father figure too. It could be your father. It could be an uncle. It could be your boss. You know, but someone that is very powerful and upstanding in the community, very wealthy. You see the mansions there, plus vegetation, which means always financial prosperity, right? It is an Earth a card. It could be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Okay? So there might be someone that may be coming your way, or this might be the suitor, the Nine of Cups in the reverse. You know, so it might not be romantic, but it came out more closer to the page. So this might be an older man, the king, in page like energy coming around to maybe offer an apology. It could be your boss, the Ten of Pentacles, again, making him towards the 10th house. Or it could be two separate people. Um, this person is a consciousness and is someone that is close to the South Node. So this definitely could be someone from your past that you might need to have a resolution. But because he came out in the upright, I have a feeling that it's going to be positive. Okay, very good. And then the last card we have the Magician. This is your card, Gemini, aside from the Lovers. You have the power to manifest anything you want. And as the Magician, you have the power to heal yourself. And you take your time to do that with this Mercury retrograde. You know, do your baths, do your affirmations, do color meditations, write a diary and write your emotional experiences down. That's another way to purge and heal. So these are great exercises to do while Mercury is retrograde. Very good, very good. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Sagittarius, let's do you now. Sag. Sagittarius in the mundane chart has the full moon in Pisces in its solar fourth house, which is the natural house of Cancer, the position for the moon. So the moon in your solar fourth house is actually quite at home here. It's natural fourth house, which deals with the home, family, the matriarch, and also the immediate past life. The 12th house rules multiple past lives and a general theme that talks about the accumulation of your past lives. In the fourth house, we are talking about the immediate past life before this one. So the full moon in Pisces, which rules the 12th house and rules past lives, might put you in contact with dreams. You might dream about past life personalities that you were. You might have past life recall. You might experience some kind of a spiritual awakening, or it could be something as simply as having ghosts in your house or visitation in the spirit world while you're sleeping, or in an actual waking state. Okay. The full moon in Pisces in the fourth house might talk about addressing an issue where there's instability mentally or emotionally, maybe with a mother figure and other parent. Let's see, Sag. hmm Okay. Let's look at the first. We got two cards for 1 week, two cards second week, two cards the third week, and then the last card, the seventh, talks about 2 or 3 days into the next sign, when which the moon, before it ingresses into the next sign in house, goes void, of course. And we will talk about that shortly. Let's see for the first card what it says. Okay, you are good enough. It came out in the reverse. So you don't feel good enough. Mm. You have communication is key. It came out in the reverse. So you're not communicating and you don't feel that you're good enough. That doesn't sound like Sag to me. What's going on here? And then the second week, first card, we have the moon in the reverse. A fiery climax approaches. Okay, so a fiery climax is not approaching, but it probably will after the retrograde, for sure. And whatever this climax is, it might be related to a conflict that's causing you to shut down and not feel worthy. Only a relationship can have someone feel that way. Sad. I don't think this is outside of a personal relationship. There isn't anything that can make you feel that way. It's such an antithesis to you, right? The second card for the second week is also in the reverse, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. It's in the reverse, so you're still stuck in a tough cycle, okay? And a fiery climax to the cycle is not yet here. But I have a feeling that by the time the retrograde is over, which is probably in a month plus 2 weeks of the shadow, this fiery climax and this conclusion of whatever it is that's keeping you in this funk will come to a head. On the third week, we have again the moon in the reverse. Yeah, and this is the pink moon, pink blood red moon. Look at the bigger picture. You're not looking at the bigger picture, and that's very unlike you, Sag, since you are the ruler of expansion. You're planetary ruler. Jupiter rules expansion. So your mind, because you're stuck in a box, and that's not usually you. You're not looking at things from another perspective. Change your perspective, and it might change how you feel about yourself or about a decision that maybe you made that made you feel this way. Okay, I'm not seeing cups or relationships here, so I don't think it has to do with that. Okay, but let's see. Okay, then of course we have the second card for the third week. Again, we have the moon in the reverse. Okay, the moon in the reverse in its last quarter. And here, I'm sorry, the first quarter. And here we have hold your vision. You're not holding your vision. You're losing sight of the vision and you're not thinking about the bigger picture. And somehow this has to do with the fact that if you feel that you're not enough or worthy, then you're losing confidence, which means that you need to work on your solar plexus and be more confident about who you are and know that you are unshakable and unmovable. This is quite a state that you're in, Sag. Who knew? Okay, and then the last card, which deals with the void of course moon, where anything can happen and things can reverse and things can stall and things can um, hit you by suddenly emotionally, causing an effect. Here it came out in the reverse. And here it talks about conclusions are within reach. Okay, so the conclusions are not within reach. Okay, most of your cards, all of your cards came out reverse, all of them. So you're still in a cycle where things are still tough. There are no answers, no way out. You're not thinking outside the box. Maybe the germinal seed of idea has not germinated yet for you to think outside the box and look at things in a more expansive way. You're still, it seems like you're still in a crisis here, and you have to weather the storm because you're still in this cycle, and it doesn't look like it's going to close until about a month and 2 weeks. Okay, keep your faith and hold fast, Sag. Let's look at the subconscious aspect, which will be Gemini, the sign of communication, and see what is going on subconsciously that is causing all this type of tumultuous way of thinking. And it's not all your fault. It's not really all your thinking. There are external factors here. Your environment is severely afflicted and it's affecting you. Okay, there are situations here that you cannot control at the moment, but the universe will eventually balance out these intense external situations that you cannot control at the moment. But what you can control is the way you react to them and how you feel about them. Okay, alrighty. With Mercury retrograde, opposing your solar Sag, Gemini, and Virgo, there's going to be a few things that might fall out of way for the moment. So, and don't forget that Saturn is also retrograde. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, let's see the subconscious nature and drive of Gemini that is causing you to react this way. Let's look, and we have, look at that. We got the moon in the reverse. The moon in the reverse talks about secrets being revealed. There are secrets being revealed, or there are secrets about to be revealed, and maybe that's just keeping you stuck on the rut. There's mysteries and secrets that you don't know. Maybe it's been kept from you, but it's about to be revealed what these secrets are. You got the Four of Cups. You accepted an offer, and maybe you didn't hear back. I don't see rejection here. So there's no communication here as to whether your offer will be accepted or not. And this might be already due to the retrograde situation. But this is a relationship card. So definitely there's a relationship here that might have you stuck in this rut about how you're feeling about yourself. Right? So, it always takes some partner to do that. Okay, let's look again. Here we have the Hierophant in the reverse. The Hierophant in the reverse, depending on the surrounding cards, I might need to flip another card, because the Hierophant in the reverse is a dark magician, someone who practices witchcraft. This would be unlikely that this will be falling in your vicinity, since you don't really believe in this kind of stuff, and even if you do, your mind is so powerful that you transcend it. But this is like an irritant energy here to have the Hierophant here in the reverse. Okay. Yep, it is a magician. You got the Nine of Swords, stressed out, you're in and out of distress, and there may be a dark magician behind the scenes, casting some kind of spell magic to cause confusion, kind of sort of like chaos magic. I'm getting here. The King of Pentacles. Okay, someone older that you know. It could be your father figure. It could be a co-worker. It could be your boss. Someone here with money and resources that's on your mind. Yeah, it's completely disconnected from the other cards. So this is a separate thought form here about a particular person. Wow. We have the Nine of Swords, and then we got the Ten of Swords, betrayal. There's been betrayal here in a personal relationship. Again, because we got the Four of Cups, which can also symbolize a relationship. See the two bunnies? That's relationship here. Okay? So definitely this is about a betrayal that probably took you by surprise and shook you, and momentarily has you questioning your self-worth and your own validity, and definitely that can do it, Sag. And this is this is what maybe has you in this intense internal turmoil as well as external turmoil. Okay, it's like two things are hitting you on both directions, internal and external. It's a tough, it's a tough kind of position to be in. You have the Two of Swords in the reverse. You are very clear and very certain what you don't want. So now you've experienced what you wanted and experienced, or well, actually, you may not know what you want, but you know what you don't want. How about that? And you're clear about that with the Two of Swords in the reverse. Okay, that is the a reading. These are the themes that you should evaluate, think about. You know, remember, major planets are still retrograde. Take the next series of events that occurs with a grain of salt. We're not going to do the transit because the retrograde Saturn and the retrograde Mercury and the monthly void, of course, moon. I think it's enough that paints its own picture. Guys, thank you so much. I hope this resonates. No, we are not searching. This is Mercury retrograde.